Welcome to the garden. Today I'm going to be harvesting pretty much all these radishes. They're getting a little bit lanky. They're starting to bolt. So I want to pick them before they get too tough, because they're already a little bit fibrous, but they're a decent size now, and it's really now or never, because they're starting to produce flowers. So we can either harvest them or let them produce flowers. Look at the size of that one. Holy cow. That's a beauty. It's got a little bit of a damaged portion to it. Looks like something had a little snack. Kind of bore into it a little bit. But we can probably still salvage it. We've got two different types of radishes here. Scarlet Globe, and then this one with a little bit of pink fading to white. I think I like the Scarlet Globe a little bit better, just because it texturally, I think I like it better. Ooh, we got one to split. That's not good. If you look close, there's a little slug in there. So we probably won't eat that one. I'll set that one aside. But looks like the only one. The rest of them look pretty good. So far this is what we got. Not too shabby. The ones that are flowering, I'm just going to leave. So there's a couple of those that we're going to miss, but that's okay. This one is exactly what we want. The leaves are just big enough to where the bulb can really grow, but it hasn't bolted yet. So that one's perfect. So we'll start with these, give them a rinse, and then we'll prep them up and give them a little taste test. These are just beautiful, aren't they? So the really red ones are the early Scarlet Globe. That's these ones here. And then the kind of pink fading to white are these sparkler white tip. So let's give these a little taste test, shall we? I'm just going to prep them by cutting off that tap root. That's really, really tough. Then we can cut off the greens. There we go. The thing I love about these early Scarlet Globe is the texture. They're crispy. Wow. They're so mild. That one was not sharp at all. Didn't have any bite to it. But that texture, it's like a water chestnut. It's just crunchy and watery and very, very flavorful. So let's try one of these sparkler white tipped. You can see they're getting a little bit fibrous. The outside is going to get really tough if you let them go, but the inside should stay nice and soft. We'll just pop off those greens, cut them in half. That is a beautiful radish right there. Let's give it a taste. Seems like the flavor is really mellowed out. When they were younger, they were a bit sharper. They had a bit more pungency to them. But now they're nice and mild. Wow, these are good too. But I do prefer the Scarlet Globe just for the texture. They have such an amazing, soft, crunchy texture. They're just phenomenal. So this is the Scarlet Globe. They're just phenomenal. This one's already been broken into by a couple critters, but we could still salvage part of it, I think. But look at that. It's like an apple. It's just so soft in the center, but still kind of crispy. They're really an amazing vegetable. I like just eating them whole when I'm out in the garden, but if we take these into the kitchen, we'll probably slice them really thin on a salad or a coleslaw or something, even a sandwich, because they're pretty mild right now. They're not very sharp at all. Here's one of the sparkler white tip. Look at that beautiful pattern. That is beautiful. I've let a few radishes go to flower, and if they get pollinated, hopefully I'll get a whole bunch of seeds and we'll be able to do maybe another crop in summer and definitely one in spring. Right when they start blooming, they have that beautiful pink color. But then as they grow older, they kind of fade to white. You can still see a little bit of that brushing of pink, though. This radish flower has touches of purple. So I wanted to see if it was the scarlet globe or the red sparkler one. So I traced it back all the way down the stem. It has a purple radish. It's really weird. This is the only purple one that I've seen. You can see how it fades to white, so I think it's that sparkler white tip. But this one's actually purple. So I'm really glad I let this go to seed. I'm going to give it plenty of water. Hopefully, these little purple flowers will produce purple radishes. That would be extraordinary. By letting just a couple of radishes flower, you're going to get tons of these seed pods. These have a dozen or so seeds each, so we're going to get plenty to replenish our seed supply. That way we'll have tons for next season, and we might even be able to sow out another crop when it starts to get a little cooler again in autumn. We'll probably try sowing some out this summer, but with the intense heat, they tend to bolt right away and go to flower. So a pretty decent harvest for today. We got quite a bit of those scarlet globe, but a lot of these little sparklers. Looks like the frogs are starting to wake up. So I hope you give these a grow in your garden. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.